Hello and welcome to Furryearsworld, where we're back, Stoneblock 3 land, and as you see before me, we have storage of everything that we're making back there. All the shiny things that are happening back there are being put into the boxes here, with 4 spare boxes, which I think is probably right. Not 100% sure. We need to do something with the iron. The iron nuggets are going to be a problem. They are going to be a problem. I'm wondering whether we could just put a compacting drawer on the end and then move the iron down into it and then put something else in the compacting drawer. Is there an option to lock storage drawers? Functional drawers. FUNK. Functional drawers. There doesn't seem... Locking. Config mode locking. Okay, so there is a configuration tool. And we can do locking with the configuration tool. It's made in the same way as the linking tool. No, it's made with an emerald instead of a diamond. Okay, so we can lock down drawers. So I think that's our first step. Those pipes have worked. They're not very smart. And I think we're going to need to play with them a bit to work out how we make them smart. But right now, they're doing the job. We need another drawer, probably. We'll need an emerald. Ooh, we've got a few of them. We've got a lot of crap in our inventory for some reason. I am not sure why. Might go get rid of the crap in our inventory. I think we could do... Oh. That's going to break us, isn't it? Let's see if we can make this thing without... No, we can't because we haven't got gold. Glass. Glass can go away. We'll bring the gold in. That might help. Can we makey shaky shaky? We can makey shaky shaky. Cool. Now we can put all the junk away. Yes. Yes, he says. So what we want to do is lock down the drawers we're not currently using. And potentially... That should have shifted some stuff out. It has. Excellent. Potentially lock down this drawer as well when we're putting the nuggets into that drawer. So, this is... Swap mode to locking. Okay, so bang, 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 bang. Those are locked. So nothing can go into those. Good. Let's make a... one of them. Compacting drawer. They can't hold as much, which disappoints the heck out of my face. But you can't win them all. We've got one drawer left, I believe. Yeah, we do. Nice. Stone. We need some redstone. We need some redstone. Of course, the redstone's not here. Perfect sense. So we now have storage in 2 locations, so we do need to do a bit of rationalizing. All of this stuff we have here needs to go in there. Exactly like that. So we want that, which is going to take 2 of them. Bosh. 1, 2. Nice. Job's a good one. And then that's probably about it. Yep. Right, we could put this down with impunity because it's not linked to the controller. So we could take some nuggets out of there, put them in there, which is good. We can then link this to the controller with this jobby. Like that. So that's linked to the controller and it's still viable, so that's good. We can then... And I suspect this is going to be filling up remarkably quickly. Getting all of this out and into there could be a bit of a mess. Let's see what we can do. We will need that one on the hotbar at some point, so let's just see what we can do here. This is what I suspected would happen. No, not Cinnabar either. So we need to Click that out. Lock that. So that can't do anything. Good. Good, good, good. So the nuggets should go into there now. I don't think there's anything we're missing here. You can have the iron. You can have everything. Just everything. So if iron bars go in there as well, that will go to the right place. I think we're right. So that should still be pulling everything out of there. Nothing seems to be jamming. I don't know how these pipes behave in a jam situation. But everything seems to be tickety-boo at the moment. Ooh. What's that? That is raw nickel. Because there is a problem potentially here, isn't there? Because we've got two ways to extract from this drawer, this box here. That way pulls that stuff. That way pulls everything that's not that stuff. So what's the priority sequence here? There's a potential. Yeah, that could be messy. Let's ignore it for the time being? Question mark. And assume that everything is working the way it's supposed to. Because it can't pull things down here because there's nowhere to put them. And it didn't try. To be fair, it didn't try. There is no iron in here, is there? That's bauxite. There is no iron in here. That's kind of messed us up a bit. Mind you, we can drop through the floor, can't we? Because if we want to get access to that coal in a meaningful way to power a robust power solution, we do need to pull that out. And I think a robust power solution is what's going to be needed to get these ores smelted into usable states. I'm just wondering whether we need to bother storing them in their raw state like they are here. I mean, the iron's good. The iron comes out as iron. That's iron. But the copper, no. The whatever that is, that's gold. Whatever that is, they're not in a usable state. We need to reprocess those. Now, we can crush them. And that will turn them into a usable state. But it seems like an awful lot of effort to recrush everything to get it into a usable state. I just genuinely don't think this system would cope with trying to crush everything. How many have we got there? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's only 8 that need to come out of there, I believe. Maybe 9. What are you? What are you? Osmium. Yeah. So 9 need to come out of there. What did this thing do? Because this might be our saving grace here. How many different filters can we have? Are we kind of cop blocked on the number of filters we can have here? The logistical sorter. Because we kind of want to push these into a smelting system. I'm just trying to figure out in my head whether we can have... Because I don't want one ore blocking all the smelters. Which shouldn't happen. We do need to lock these drawers to being what they are, though. Probably. But most of the time, these are going to be empty, aren't they? all of these ones that are storing these metals are going to be empty, so what's the point in feeding them into here? Wouldn't we be better just taking this round the corner and feeding it into something else and saying you can't store these here? I don't know the answer. Maybe we'd be better off just continuing this along here into our smeltering system. And then feeding that potentially back in and letting that store in here. So there's nowhere for the things that this produces to go. So it won't try and put them in here, and it will put them where it can put them, which will be over here. But then it might try and put some of this nonsense in there, which wouldn't work for us. That would be a cock-up, I believe. And we're not dealing with experience. We are not dealing with the experience, which is a problem. There's a lot of thinking going on here, and it's not necessarily productive thinking. Also, there is the question of this one. The Void upgrade. Which is going to be heavy on the obsidian. Where the hell are we getting that much obsidian? What are our options for making lava? Let's have a little look-see-loo. I mean, we can bake lava. We can use power to bake lava. But that seems like a heavyweight way of doing things. Burning coal to make lava seems like a heavyweight job. But that is a possibility with the thermal whatever machines. What other options have we got for making lava? Let me see if the good word will help me here. Lava. Bucket of lava. Alchemy table turns redstone into lava. Casting table, pouring lava into a lava bucket. Yeah, okay, that seems reasonable. Lava rune and an empty bucket gives you lava. Vulcanite amulet, so a lava egg. Okay, that's all weird nonsense. Filling by spout. Presumably that means we need a source of lava. There is the vanilla way of making lava, isn't there? There is the vanilla way, the dripping nonsense. There is the dripping nonsense that makes lava. A superheated blaze burner will make 50 millibuckets of lava. Okay. I think there's a better way of doing this. The magma crucible is the one I was thinking of. Just takes a lot of energy. But there is the vanilla dripping stone thing. You put lava above the dripping stone, whereas with these ones, we've got weird hopper things there. There's the dripping stones, which I think we saw in the dungeon, which is on the map somewhere in here. I think we saw some dripping stones in there. Might be worth a little look-see-loo, see if there is actually some in there. What are we wearing, by the way? Yeah, we're reasonably well off. Let's go see what we can do. We need a source of lava. I think lava is key. I think if we can rock some big smelteries, we can deal with these ores in a reliable way. If we can't rock some big smelteries, we're going to have problems. And I'm not entirely sure how this is going to work. It's going to be interesting finding out, though. Do we want the storage drawers to act as a buffer? Because that's a possibility. We could just maintain them as a buffer zone. I'm just thinking as I run down the corridor. But they're going to be empty almost all of the time. These pointed dripstones. Pickaxe? Pickaxe! Or not. Okay. We'll just hammer it instead then, shall we? I mean, there are a few of them in here. Don't get me wrong. We are not short of them. Daisy, don't want to drown, Furrier. Don't want to drown, Furriers. We went over this with the whole don't want to drown speech. I remember saying it. I do remember saying it. Did we get any of them? Were they stuck in cobwebs? Probably stuck in cobwebs. That's fine. Okay. Well, we'll go with that. We've got 14 there, so hopefully that'll be a viable supply of lava potentially. We could use that space at the back of our work area to try and set up some sort of dripstone facility. I don't think it's going to produce at a ferocious rate. I really don't. And I don't even know if pointed dripstone is the right thing to be using here. I did this in vanilla. I set this up in vanilla. And I don't remember how I did it. But it was working. I was getting lava. Not a lot of it, but enough of it. And now the functional storage does store liquids, so we could store lava in a wooden drawer. Seems a little weird to me, but I'm going to go with it. Got a little faith on this one. So we need some crucibles, don't we? Which means we need some iron, which we've got over here. We are hungry as the wolf, baby. Somehow I don't think 3 carrots is going to cut the grade. It did, but only just. Iron. Yes. Give me a stack, please. Give me stack. Give me stack. Oh, iron. Nice. And we want these, don't we? Cauldrons. That gives me 9 cauldrons. That's not a bad innings. So over here we go. And then above that we have. We want a row of stone, I believe, there. Unless we. I think we do need cobblestone there. I think this is what we did. And then we have this stuff underneath it. Like that. But that's suddenly dripping water. I don't want it dripping water. Do we not put that in until the lava's up? Okay. We won't put that up until the lava's above it. Because that's dripping water and that's no use to us. That is absolutely no bally use to us. Now we kind of want glass above there. I kind of want glass in there. Probably a terrible choice. I think on a scale of 1 to terrible, it's a terrible choice. But sometimes needs must be terrible. We need a lot of lava. I don't think our fire plow, which we don't have anymore, is gonna get us through this easily. So I think what we're gonna do is we're gonna do this. We're gonna initially build a kind of trellis nonsense going on here, so that we can actually see what we're doing up there. Like that. And we're gonna put lava in there, throw a stone there, and put a dripstone underneath and see what happens. We don't need cobblestone all the way back to there then, do we? Lose the hammer, because the hammer's going to be a liability at this game. Yeah, that would work. So we can put a dripstone there once we've got the lava in above it. Right, let's do that. Let's do that and see if it works. We need a fire plow. We do need a smoking hot fire plow, and we do need to also worry about overfilling those boxes. But we need obsidian. So, yeah, crack on, Furry, crack on. The fire plow is made with 2 sticks, as you would imagine. There it is. I used named sticks for that. I used named sticks. Oh, that's in the wrong place, isn't it? Let's put that where the axe is. Kind of need to be more agile here. Torches can go. That can go there. That should be the agility we need. No, because we no. Fire plow there. Bucket there. Other bucket also there, because it's gonna mess with the buckets. We know it's gonna mess with the buckets. It does mess with the buckets. That's what it does. The system messes with the buckets. Oops. Get up. Alright, so we're gonna put him there like that. And then that there, like that. Then we're going to bob down here and put that there. That is dripping lava. Good. That's what we wanted to see. It's not dripping water anymore, it's dripping lava. And at some point that will be randomly, poof, I've got lava in. At that point, we take that cobblestone out, and we put another bucket of lava in there. Once we've got another bucket out of that, it's kind of a self-fulfilling system, if you will. If you will. You don't have to. It's not obligatory that you will, but it's kind of a self-fulfilling system. It's not a quick process, but with this many cauldrons, at some point one of them will fill. And then we're going to have another row along here of the same. And that should give us a viable source of lava, which will give us a viable source of obsidian, which will enable us to stop these drawers breaking, because these drawers are going to break. No ifs, no buts, these drawers are going to break. It's okay at the moment, but it won't stay okay. We know that. That's just a given fact. I'd like to see this do its job before we move on with our plans. Just in case, after all this, I got it wrong. Doesn't seem likely, I know, but given the mess we've made of everything else, it's worth Prudence, I think. Good old Prudence. It's worth her. I think we're doing okay. There doesn't seem to be anything we're not getting. Everything seems to be emptying itself, which is the important thing. So, I think we're winning. I'm a little concerned about that box being double drawn at the end. That's bothering me a little bit, but I think it'll work out. Like I say, this process isn't quick. It's just a random number of periods of time before this suddenly says, I've got lava in me. From what I remember. It's a while. It's been a while, crocodile. But it should give us a bucket of lava, and then this should start to become self-fulfilling, this whole row. And then the next row should be even quicker. Because by the time we've built the cauldrons and set all this up, these should be pretty much full, and we can just go bosh, whole row of lava. We will probably kill ourselves numerous times doing this and lose our entire inventory because, you know, lava, idiot. It's a heady mix. It's a heady mix. But we are definitely, you know, processing here. And there's no point in squeezing this into as tight a space as possible. We have all the space in the world to use. So there's literally no point in squeezing this down to be as tight as possible. I would dearly love this to do something, but so far, on a scale of 1 to 10, it's a 0. It looks like it's doing something, but it feels, you know, not good. It stopped. Ah, there we go. A watched drip never drips. Not a sentence I'd ever thought I'd say, but yeah, I feel we've come a long way together, and it was appropriate for me to say it right then, right there. The coal is building up very nicely. I think it's going to make a healthy source of power. Lava's always a good source of power, but frankly at the moment it's not looking promising. Got to be honest, it's not looking. That's not what we could do. We could do a bit of fireplow work because we've still got fireplow available to us. And then we can get the second one up and running as well, and then hopefully, you know, a little bit more success there, a little bit more. Let's not get carried away, but a little bit more success. So we're going to break that. Going to put that in there. And then we're going to put that there. Then we're going to put that there. And that should drip lava. Because that's what's above it. And I think we still got 2 hits left with the fireplow. So let's crack on. Let's crack on getting that done. And then maybe things will work out for us. I don't know. I just don't know. I'm glad that the lava is generally behaving itself. Because this could be an almighty disaster if the lava wasn't behaving itself. So we break that, put that in there, and then we put that there. Nice. We'll throw another glass there, and we'll break that out, and we'll put that there. So we're on 3 now. Drippy, drippy, drip, drip. Drip, drip. Drippy, drippy, drip, drip. Drip, drip. Drippy, drippy, drip, drip. Drip, drip. Nothing. It's going well. I think we can all agree it's going well. Furry's absolutely knocking it out of the park on this one. Fireplow just broke, so that's the end of the fireplow. I mean, I've got sticks. I can make another bloody fireplow, but that's not the point, is it? Aha. Do you see what I see? Do you see what I see? For some reason, that one procced first. Don't know why. Couldn't tell you why. But we got a bucket of lava out of that. So that's what we wanted. A self-fulfilling system. That was the plan. And if we build enough of these, one of these should be filling pretty much every second. It's a bit optimistic, don't you think? But we've got 5 running now. 4 from a fireplow and 1 from the self-fulfilling prophecy that we prophesized. So we know it works, at least for one of them. This one, I think it was, or that one. I think it was. I think it was this one. I think number 3 did the fill on its jack. So it is possible. It is just unfortunately very random. And very random is not necessarily what we want. But we're going in the right direction. We know we've got a potential source of lava here, albeit not amazing. At this point, there may be a way to make these dripstones more efficient that comes as part of the mod. I don't know. We will see. They may improve with time. Stuff may happen. We'll see. It's just suck it and see. And if all else fails, we'll just make this thing absolutely enormous and laggy as hell, and then we'll definitely get plenty of lava. But from Furryearsworld for now, we are going to go with a cheery old, and you know it, ta-ta.